take on one more question here to make sure that we understand everything. Now, as I told you, first thing we need to graph every equation. And to graph the equation, okay, first step, let's start with the first one. So let's pick the first one is the blue. Now, let's do it. As you can see, this is in standard form. So x equals 0 to find, let's find y. When x is equal 0, 0 plus 2y less than or equal 16. This part here is 0, so let's divide by 2 for both sides, divide by 2. Now y is less than or equal 8. Now, where is 8? It should be here. This one is 8. Then, let's put now y is equal 0 to find x. X plus 2 times 0 less than or equal 16. This part here is equal 0, so x is less than or equal 16. Okay, if I look here to my coordinate it's not 16, so now let me change the coordinate. Let's do it 2, okay, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. Okay, now x is equal 16. Where is 16? It's this one here. Now connect between your 2 points. I'm sorry, my line maybe is not straight, but I will try to make it straight as I can. Okay, now this one is my straight line. Now let's do the second, let's graph the second equation. Okay, y is greater than 2. Where is y is 2? This is y2. So this one here is represent y is equal 2. Okay, y is equal 2. Now, the third one here is x greater than 3. Where is 3? 3 should be somewhere here. So, start draw your straight line like this, okay? And goes down like this one here. So, here represent x equal 3. Now, let's start shading. Now, if you look to the inequality, the head of the inequality goes where? It goes to the left. So I have to shade the left side of my equation. Okay, left side of my equation. Now, what should I do? Let's do the second one, the red one here. So the head is on the right side. So y is greater than 2. Let's graph y is greater than 2. Okay, y is greater than 2. Then the green one, x is, where's the head of the x? Goes to the right. So now it's saying x is greater than 3. So I'm shading the right side of my triangle. Okay, I'm shading. So where is the area that all the shades of equations are sharing that area? It's also here, it's in the triangle. If you look here, this point here, this point here, this point here, so all of them, they are sharing the same area of a triangle. Okay, so we don't need all of these shaded, okay, places. We need only the area that they are sharing it. Now, let's take the coordinate. Let's first take the coordinate for every one of these. The first coordinate here is equal 2 and 3. Sorry, 3 and 2, because x the first. X is a 3, then 2 is y. Then this point here is equal 12 and 2. And this point here should be, because in the middle of the 6, okay? And as you can see, this point here is in the middle. Maybe you would say, okay, I know, teacher, it's a 3 and 6.5, which is 6.5. Okay, if you say 6.5, which is, okay, maybe I can say it's correct because it's appear from the graph, it's 6.5. But I will tell you why. Now, when you have a point that comes in the middle of the lines, don't just, let's say, assume the point. Don't assume. You need now to find the solution. And this intersecting point is intersecting which two lines? It's intersecting the blue line with the green one. So the blue one with the green one. Now what you have to do to find this point here, the intersecting point, so you just substitute one function in another. Means, as you can see, the blue one, okay, the blue function is x plus 2y less than or equal 16. The green one, it's saying x is greater than 3. So now, can I substitute the x in my function here, and if I substitute it and find the y, so is this one will be my solution here? Yes. So now when you have a point that you can't, let's say, know the answer for that point or the solution for this, so substitute the two functions together. Now let's substitute x with 3. So now 3 plus, okay, 2y less than or equal 16. Now what you have to do, minus 3 for both sides, minus 3, so 3 goes with 3, so 2y less than or equal 16 minus 3 is equal 13. Now we divide by 2, now y is equal, okay, 6.5, or we can just say 6.5. Now we can know now this point here is a 3 and 6.5, which is represented by 6.5. Okay, now after we know the points, let's substitute them in my equation. Now in this equation here. Now the first coordinate, let's start with 3 and 2. 3 and 2. Let's substitute 4 times 3 plus 8 times 2. Let's simplify this. 4 times 3 is equal to 12, plus 8 times 2 is equal 16. 16 plus 12, which is equal 28. Now let's find the second point, 12 and 2. 12 and 2. 4 times 12 plus 8 times 2. 4 times 12 is equal 48 plus 16, which is the answer. 1 plus 4 is equal 50. 50 plus 14 is 64. Now the next one is 3 and 6.5. Now let's substitute the points here. Okay, 3, 6.5, 4 times 3 plus 8 times 6.5. 4 times 3 is equal to 12, plus 8 times 6.5 is 52. Okay, now 52 plus 12 is equal 64. Now if you check this question here, what is the minimum value? We know that the minimum value should be the 28 at the point f of 3. So the minimum at 3, 2 is equal 28. But how about the maximum? If you check here the maximum, this one here is equal 64, and also this one here is equal 64. These 2 points are equal. So which one can I decide is the maximum? If you say that, maybe now you can answer that both of them should be the maximum, same. You are wrong. Don't say this. This is wrong. So what you have to do, what you have to say. So the maximum will be, the great question here, how can I find the maximum? So to find the maximum, we know that first thing, you need to check the two intersecting points that we are talking about is f 12, 2 and 3 and 6.5, which means we're talking about this point here and this point here. Now these 2 points, they are intersecting maybe with many of equations, many of, let's say, slope equations or linear equation, I mean. Now if you check this one, these 2 points are on the line, or let's say, sorry, these 2 points are on the line or the blue line here, which is x plus 2y less than or equal 16, right? So both of them, they are on this line here. Now let's imagine this one is just a function. Okay, so my function is x plus 2y is equal 16, right? Now solve this linear equation and solve for y, okay, to write it in term of mx plus b. Now, to solve this one, I have to minus x for both sides, minus x for both sides. So we cancel this 2x. Now 2y is equal negative x plus 16. Then we have to divide by 2 for all the parts. So we can cancel 2 here. Okay, let me go down a little bit. Okay, then y is equal negative half x plus 6 over 2, which is equal to 3. Now, this is my linear equation, okay? This one is my linear equation that has a 2 point. They are same maximum. They have same maximum. So what should I do? How can I represent the maximum? So to represent the maximum, I have first to find the domain. So first, let's find the domain for this one here. And we know that the domain, it's because the inequality starting from the point here, which is starting from 3, okay, on the x-axis, and goes to where? To 12. So my domain is between 3 and 12. So the domain will be 3 less than equal x less than or equal 12. So now to represent the maximum point, so it should be the maximum of the answer that I get, which is 64. So the maximum of 64 is at all, okay, I can say at all points, okay, on my line, which is y equal negative half x plus 3, okay. Then for my domain, the domain which is 3 less than x less than or equal 12. So this is how you can represent. Let me erase this one here. Okay, let me write it again here. So from 3 less than greater x less than or 12. So as you can see, this is how can I represent the maximum point if the maximum is equal for 2 points. The maximum of 64 at all points on the line negative half x plus 3 for x3 from 3, okay, to 12. I hope you understand this one. Okay, now let's go to the last example here. Okay, example number 3, and we finish everything. Now the same thing here happened. I have to draw all the parts. So the first one is x greater than 0. So we know that this x here, so x is greater than 0. Let me draw the line and let me shade at all. So it's saying x greater than 0, x greater than 0. So I'm talking about right side of my, okay, of my equation. Okay, then now the second equation in the red color here, y is greater than 0. So this is 0 here. So let's substitute, let's put the y. Okay. Always, if you just mix between the y and x, always remember y is the horizontal, okay, and x always the vertical. Okay, I mean the drawing, but on the origin, x is the horizontal, y is the vertical. But when you draw, remember that x should be the a vertical line, and y should be a horizontal line. Don't forget. Now let's shade the red one here. So the red one here, it's saying y greater than 0. So greater than 0, we are talking about above the line. Okay, so above the line here, as you can see. Now the third equation in the green color, this one here. So this one in standard form. So let's find the standard form. So let's set x equals 0 to find y. Okay, 3 times 0 plus 6y greater than or equal 24. So this part is equal 0. Then we divide by 6. We divide by 6. So y is greater than or equal 4. Okay. So the first point here is y equal 4. Then let's set y equal 0 to find x. Okay. 3 x plus 6 times 0 greater than or less 24. So this part here is equal 0. So we divide 3, divide 3. So x is equal 8. Now after we find x equal 8 and x is greater than or equal 8, x greater than or equal 8, so 8 is here. Now draw your straight line, and always try to make your line straight as many as you can. And if you are using your copybook, please use ruler to make your line straight and your graph so nice. Now let's shade the side, and as you can see, it's saying the head of it's saying to the right. So let's draw this side of my drawing. Okay, now let's grab the last one here. So let's use the orange one or the yellow one. Now this one here is a linear equation, so means this one is b, this one is mx plus b, right? So b is what is equal 9, which is 9 is the y. We know that y-intercept. Okay, intercept. So b is equal 9. 9 should be somewhere here. So let's say this one here is 9. Then the slope, which is m negative 3 over 1, which is rise over run. So 3 steps down, 1 step to the right. Okay, 3 steps down, 1 step to the right. So now from this point here, 1, 2, 3, and 1 step to the right. So the point should be here. So now let's try to connect my points. So straight line, as many as I can. So this one here is my straight line. Now, I have to shade? Where is the shading should be? Now the shading also, it's saying to the right. So shade the right side. Now let's shade the right side, as you can see here. Okay, the right side. Now where is the shared area for all the equation? The shared area is this one here on that side. Okay, so let's erase all the other lines because I don't need them, because I need only the area that all of the function that they are sharing it. Okay, so I'm talking about this area here. Let me shade it in different color. So I'm talking about this area here. Okay, this area here is the shaded area between all the function. Now let's find the intersecting point between the function. The first intersecting point is this one here. The second intersecting point is this one here. The third intersecting point is this one here. So now let's write the coordinates. So as you can see, this coordinate here is equal 8 and 0. Okay, if you ask me how did I know this one is 8, because I already found it here. This one is 8. Okay, now this point here, it's from the graph, it's appear that it's 2 and 3. 2 and 3. And as I told you, if you don't know the equation, always equal two equation together. What is the equation for yellow one? The equation of yellow one is y. Okay, sorry, it's not yellow, it's orange, it's fine. So y equal negative 3x plus 9. And the green one, okay, the green one given here is 3x plus 6y greater than or equal 24. So equal them together, or let's say substitute one of the equation in the other one to find the y-axis. So let's say example, okay, if you look here, y is equal all of this here. Okay, so as you can see, y is equal all of this. So now can I substitute this y with everything? Yes. So now let's substitute y over there. So now let's write the equation 3x plus 6, okay, greater than or equal 24, and let's write here negative 3x plus 9. So I just substituted the y here. Now simplify this. First distributive property. So the first 3x, 6 times negative 3x is negative 18x. 6 times 9 is equal positive 54, greater than or less 24. Now add the like term. As you can see, we have like term. This one is like term with this one. Okay, so 3x minus 18x is equal negative 15x. Then we minus 54. We minus 54 from both sides. Okay, now we cancel these out. So is this that 24 minus it's equal negative 30. Now we divide by negative 15. We divide by negative 15. So we cancel negative 15 with negative 15. So x should be less than or equal, so negative. So it should equal 30 divide 15 is equal 2. So now x is less than or equal to, which is the number that I found here. Okay, now this is the way of finding the intersecting point if you don't know the intersect. If you know from the graph, it's fine. Now let's substitute the point in my equation here. So now the first point, let's take 8 and 0. So when x is 8, y is equal 0. So 2 times 8 plus 3 times 0. So this part is equal 0. So 2 times 8 is equal 16. Let's take the second point, 2 and 3. 2 and 3 is equal 2 times x. X is equal to 2 times 2 plus 3 times 3. So 2 times 2 is equal 4 plus 3 times 3 is equal 9. So the total is equal 15. Then the last point is equal. Okay, I didn't find the coordinate for the last point here. Let's find the coordinate here. Okay, we already found it because we already know it. We already found it from the yellow one, because you know that the y-intercept is 9. So this one here is 0 and 9. Now the third point is 0 and 9. So x is equal to 2 times 0 plus 3 times 9. So this part here is equal 0. So 3 times 9 is equal to 27. Now, what is the maximum? You know that the maximum is 27 at the point 0.09. The minimum is 15, which is at the point 2 and 0. So you can say that maximum at 2, 3 is equal. So this is the minimum. So maximum at not 2 and 3, maximum at 0.9, okay, is equal 27, and minimum at 2, 3 is equal 50. Okay, I hope you understand the lesson. The lesson is easy, but you need just to learn how to graph the linear equations. Okay, if you have any question, please contact me, and if you have anything, please ask me directly. Just to remind you, this is the way of drawing the linear function, if it's in standard form or if it's the y-intercept form. Have a good day and bye-bye.